So, ito namang next na session natin, ipapasa ko kay Florence dahil ito yung mga terms na dapat ninyong malaman tungkol sa insurance. Okay? Para kapag tayo ay tumingin na ng ating mga insurance policies, ay kakayanin natin no, na magtanong at intindihin kung ano ba yung mga na pinapasok natin o binibili natin.
Ayan. So mga terminologies yung matututunan natin about insurance. Pero sa una pa lang, no, gusto ko din malaman kung ano ba yung importante sa inyo para malaman din ninyo kung pipili kayo ng insurance, ano ba yung isa sa mga priority nyo. So ito yung mga pwede nating sagutin no, ng mga katanungan para malaman kung ano yung mga ipaprioritize natin na insurance. So ilagay ninyo sa chat box natin. No, sagutin nyo ito. No? So ano yung risk that present the greatest threat to you? Yung parang sa tingin mo ay kinakabahan ka, pinaka natatakot ka. Tapos ano yung type ng insurance naman na gusto mong magkaroon ka ng insurance. Gaya ng sinabi kanina ni Sir Vince sa session niya, ito yung typically na malaki yung magiging epekto sa inyo kung nangyari. So, ilagay ninyo sa chat box para makita natin ano ba yung mga insurance na parang pinaka ano ninyo, parang gusto nyong magkaroon. Ayan. Kailangan pa mag-isip. Ayan, si Homer sabi niya, car, no? Para sa mga accident and house. Pwede siguro from fire or other accident na pwedeng mangyari sa bahay. Okay, tapos meron dito, para hindi maging pabigat sa mga kamag-anak, kaya ako kumuha ng insurance. Okay, health. Okay, term insurance, single po ako, no child, against health, just pension, health. Yan. So, talagang ano no, makikita natin gustong pahalagahan yung health no kasi pagka nangyari yon, pag na-hospitalize tayo, malaking gastos. So, sabi din ni June, yung lifestyle diseases or critical illness, si Mas, sickness, disability, vehicular crash or illnesses, and health. Tapos, accident din. Ayan. So, okay. So, na-excite ako. Meron tayong quiz ngayon. No? Ang gagawin natin ay meron tayong mga words no, na or meron tayong question and then pipiliin ninyo kung ano yung tamang term na nagmamatch doon. Okay? So, and so hopefully makita ninyo yung ating quiz. So, isa-isahin natin to, no? So, yung first question is, it is the printed document issued to the policyholder by the insurance company stating the terms and conditions of the insurance contract. So, ito yung mga options. So, lahat ng mga katanungan, pare-pareho yung mga options. Pipila lang kayo ng isa. So, beneficiary, benefits, claim, co-payment, deductible, eligibility, exclusion, policy, premium, pre-existing condition, or waiting period. So, ipasok nyo po yung sagot ninyo. Yung next na term na alamin is the sum paid by a policyholder to keep an insurance policy in force. Pareho yung mga option dyan. Okay? Next, the person named in the policy as the recipient of the insurance money in the event that an insured event occurs. Number 4, A request for payment due to an event or loss that may come under the terms of the policy. Number 5, the amount payable by the insurance company to the person who submits a claim or his or her beneficiary under each coverage. Number 6, specific conditions or circumstances listed in the policy that are not covered and for which the policy will not pay any benefits. Number 7, the criteria that determine who can purchase an insurance policy. Example, there may be age restrictions that prevent people above or below a certain age from buying an insurance policy. Okay, number 8, an amount of money that a policyholder agrees to pay per claim or per accident toward the total amount of an insured loss. Insurers usually uses mechanism to share risk with policyholders and reduce false claims. Ayan, I think paggamit yata yung phone, hindi nakakapag-next. Kaya nawala yung ibang question. So siguro pwede nyong ilagay muna sa paper kung ano yung sa tingin yung tamang sagot. Okay. Number 9, the time a policyholder must wait before his or her coverage becomes effective. For example, in life insurance, there is a delay between the time when policyholders begin paying premiums and when the coverage is active, reducing the risk that someone who is about to die will purchase a policy. Number 10, a physical or mental condition of an insured person that existed before the person purchased the policy. So yung last na question is the portion of the loss that the policyholder pays himself. It is used by insurers to share risk with the policyholder and reduce false claims. Yan, bigyan ko kayo ng mga 2 minutes para tapusin itong quiz natin. Don't worry dun sa mga nawala yung questionnaire. Siyempre, i-discuss naman natin kung ano yung tamang sagot dito. So, yung una natin na define is, ayan, this is the printed document issued to the policyholder by the insurance company stating the terms and conditions of the insurance contract. So, ito yung policy. Ayan. So, 89% sa inyo alam na policy ang tawag dito, no? So, importante na meron kayong copy nito kasi nandun lahat ng terms and conditions no insurance. Ayan. So, yung next na question natin is the sum paid by a policyholder to keep an insurance policy in force. So, ito yung binabayaran natin, which is yung premium. Okay? So, 100% no, ng sumagot, tumama dito. So, kung hindi nabayaran yung premium, hindi mako-cover na yung insurance ninyo. Minsan, nagbibigay yung insurance company ng grace period para mabayaran mo yung inyong premium kung hindi nakapagbayad dun sa due date. Ayan. So, yung next natin is yung beneficiary, yung tamang sagot, which is yung tao na nakapangalan sa policy as the recipient of the insurance money kung nangyari yung event na insured. So, for example, sa life insurance, kung namatay yung policyholder, ang makakatanggap ng insurance money is yung beneficiary. Okay. Next naman is a request for payment due to an event or loss that may come under the terms of the policy. So, ang tawag dito is claim. So, pwede kang mag-claim kung or mag-request ng payment kung nangyari yung event or yung loss na kino-cover nung policy ninyo. Yung benefits naman, ito yung amount payable, babayaran ng insurance company to the person who submits a claim or his or her beneficiary under each coverage. Okay? Next is yung exclusion. So ito yung mga specific conditions or circumstances na listed sa policies na hindi siya covered. So dahil hindi covered, hindi siya mabibigyan ng benefits. Okay. Next naman is yung criteria that determine who can purchase an insurance policy. So ito yung eligibility requirements. So kunwari, ang eligible age lang is 18 and above. So below 18, hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng insurance na yon. Yung deductible naman, ito yung amount of money that a policyholder agrees to pay per claim or per accident toward the total amount of an insured loss. So bale, for example, typically ito ay nag-a-apply sa mga car insurance. No? So, nangyayari, kunwari, ang sum insured mo is nasa 500,000. May percentage ng 500,000 yung inyong magiging deductible. So, ang nakita ko no, na typical na percentage ng deductible is for private vehicles, nasa 0.5% ng sum insured. And pagka commercial vehicles naman is nasa 1%. And then sa motorcycle, I think 0.5% din. And then may minimum siya usually na siniset. No? So, bali ang mangyayari doon, kunwari, nagkaroon ng aksidente and 100,000 yung gastos. No? Tapos, pero yung sum insured ay 500,000. So, mga nasa 2.5 yung deductible na sinet. Okay? So, ang mangyayari, bago babayaran ni insurance yung nagastos or gagastusin para dun sa aksidente, no? Kailangan muna i-cover yon ni policyholder. So, let's say yung 2.5, yun yung deductible niya, kailangan yun yung babayaran niya dun sa gagawa nung damage dahil dun sa accident. Once nabayaran niya yung 2.5 na yon, saka magbibigay ng pera si insurer. Okay? So, mechanism ito for the insurer na mag-share ng risk and bumaba yung possibility na false yung claims, no? Na para lang magsabi na aksidente. Oh, so, ganun yung nangyayari for deductibles. Yung next naman is yung time na yung policyholder must wait before his or her coverage becomes effective. Ang tawag dito ay waiting period. So, for example, sa life insurance, may waiting period. No? Usually, may delay between the time when the policyholders begin paying premiums. So, kunwari, ang nakalagay sa policy is 1 year na waiting period. Tapos, yung namatay before nung 1 year. So there's a possibility na hindi mababayaran yung benefits kasi nasa loob siya nung waiting period. Or so kailangan malaman mo din kung anong mangyayari kung hindi umabot doon sa waiting period. Wala bang matatanggap or mag-undergo pa ba ng investigation bago mag-provide ng benefits. So, ginagawa to ng insurer para ma-reduce yung risk na kukuha lang yung isang tao ng policy or ng insurance dahil alam niya na may taning na yung buhay niya, no? So, parang way to manage the risk for the insurance company. Ayan. So, yung next naman na term is physical or mental condition of an insured person that existed before the person purchased the policy. So, ang tawag dito is pre-existing condition. So, ano yung mga sakit na meron ka bago ka nagkaroon ng insurance policy. Ayan. Tapos, yung huli natin is yung tinatawag natin na co-payment or portion ng loss that the policyholder pays himself. So, for example, meron siyang health insurance and yung nandun sa policy is may co-payment na magbabayad muna yung insured ng 500 pesos. Tapos, pag nabayaran na niya yung 500 pesos, yung remaining na gastos doon sa pagpapahospital or doon sa procedure na yon, ang magko-cover na is si insurance company. So, ang tawag doon ay co-payment. So, hopefully na-clarify sa inyo itong mga insurance terms na ito. Pero syempre, meron pa tayong ibang i-clarify. So, for example, sino yung beneficiary for property insurance? So, usually, ito yung policy owner na sila din ay yung may-ari ng property. So, kung sino yung may-ari ng bahay, sino yung may-ari ng sasakyan. And sino naman yung beneficiary for the health insurance policy? So, usually, ito yung policy owner. And okay, so usually ito yung policy owner o kaya yung kanyang immediate family. And yung para naman sa life insurance policy, ang beneficiary natin dito ay yung policyholder, pero yung beneficiary ang makakatanggap ng benefits upon his or her death. Okay? So, kanina nabanggit natin yung exclusions. No? So, bakit ba nagkakaroon ng exclusion? So, ito yung, nasabi natin, ito yung special circumstances na hindi kino-cover ng policy. So, depende to sa type ng policy kung ano yung i-exclude niya. For example, for life insurance, ang typical na exclusion dito ay suicide. No? Sa health insurance naman, mga mental illness, hindi sinasama, ano pa ba? Ayun, or minsan may mga critical illness o pre-existing conditions hindi sinasama doon sa health insurance. Para naman sa property insurance na fire for your house, syempre hindi ine-exclude nila yung arson o yung parang inano mo yung ikaw mismo yung nagsunog doon sa bahay mo. So i-excluded yung mga situation na yon, no? So syempre pinoprotektahan ng insurance company yung sarili nila na pwedeng si policy holder yung gagawa ng paraan para makapag-claim ng benefits katulad nga ng arson or suicide. Ayan. So, ano yung checklist natin pag nag-a-avail tayo ng insurance? So, ito yung kailangan mong tanungin. So, yung policy, premium, beneficiary, claim, benefits, ano yung mga exclusions, ano yung eligibility requirements, magkano yung deductible, and waiting period. So, pagdating sa premium, syempre, magkano yung babayaran ng premium? And paano mo ito babayaran? Cash ba? Deducted from a loan? Or other way of paying? And gaano mo kadalas ito na babayaran? So monthly ba, quarterly, and annually? So typically, pag annually, mas nagiging maliit yung binabayaran per period versus quarterly and monthly. Sa coverage naman is, aalamin mo anong type of policy ito. Ano yung events na kino-cover niya. So for example, si life insurance, minsan merong rider na disability and dismemberment. So, kailangan mong malaman kung ano yung kasama doon. Minsan din, nasama yung critical illness. Okay? Yung benefits naman, ito yung mga matatanggap or ano yung mga benefits kung nangyari yung event no na kino-cover ng insurance policy. And ano yung mga events na mangyayari para ikaw ay makapag-claim nung benefits na yon. Okay, pagdating sa claim, ano yung dapat isubmit mo para makakuha ka ng benefits? And ano yung mga yung documentation? So, ano din yung paraan or ano yung mga processes para na gagawin ni policyholder para makuha yung benefits na yon. And kailan niya dapat gawin ito? Meron bang parang deadline yon na dapat within 1 year masubmit mo lahat ng documents from the date of the event? So, merong mga ganong consideration. Ayan. So, yung beneficiary, so sino yung pwedeng maging beneficiary? Ilan yung pwede nating i-nominate as beneficiary? Meron bang special provisions if benefits are paid to a named beneficiary who is a child? Okay, so sa exclusion, ano yung mga events na excluded from the policy para alam mo din syempre kung ano yung mga out-of-pocket expenses na manggagaling sa'yo dahil excluded yon from the policy. Ayan. Sa deductible naman, magkano yung amount of deductible? Nag-iiba ba yung deductible based on the event or is it the same for every claim? Tapos, what if the event is less than deductible? So, kunwari, ang deductible natin ay 2.5. Yung loss lang or medical bill ay nasa 1.5. Anong magiging arrangement nun between the policyholder and the insurance company? And ano din mangyayari kung wala kang pera na pambabayad dun sa deductible na yon? So, yung iba no yung gagawa ng sasakyan minsan pumapayag sila na magkaroon ng payment scheme para mapadali yung pagbabayad ng pagpuno ng deductible. Minsan naman hindi pumapayag yung gagawa na hindi mo mabayaran yung deductible. Ganun din sa insurance company, hindi din sila magpe-pay out hanggang mapuno mo yung deductible na yon. So kailangan mong malaman kung ano yung mga pwedeng repercussions pag hindi ka makabayad. Ayan. So waiting period naman, ang importanteng malaman is kailan ma-activate yung policy. And ano yung mangyayari kung may nangyari sa'yo or may nangyari sa'yo during the waiting period. Entitled ka na ba doon sa benefit na yon o hindi pa? Okay, so pagdating sa pagno-nominate or pagpipili ng beneficiary, no? Itong situation na to ay kunwari namatay ka or yung magno-nominate ka ng beneficiary mo, sino yung pipiliin mo, no? At meron kang anak in this situation. So, pwede ang i-nominate natin is yung spouse, no? Kasi ang iniisip natin is bilang asawa at parent nung maiiwan mong anak, alam niya kung anong mas nakakabuti sa mga anak ninyo. And will need help caring for the children. Tapos, pwede din siyang mag-opt to invest yung matatanggap na benefits para ma-increase yung family security. Ang advantage naman, pagka binigay mo or nominate mo yung child mo as the beneficiary, diretso na mapupunta sa kanya yung amount, no? Since yung pera naman ay intended for the children's welfare. So another option is to nominate your adult sibling as the beneficiary. So ito naman, ang advantage nito is mapoprotektahan yung pera na intended for the children against the demands or expectations from the spouse and his family. Okay. So, meron din naman tong mga disadvantages. So, kung yung parent na maiiwan yung inonominate mo as beneficiary, may possibility na gamitin niya ito for other purposes. Pwede din na gamitin para magkaroon ng no sa ibang asawa, doon gamitin yung pera. Pag child naman, yung maging beneficiary mo, may possibility din na hindi pa siya mature or responsible enough to make financial decisions, lalo na kung batang-bata pa. Kung ang binigyan naman ng pera ay yung adult sibling, pwedeng itakbo yung pera or gamitin niya yung pera sa sarili niyang anak or sa sarili ng anak instead of dun sa naulila na nephews or nieces. Okay, so itong mga pagpili ng beneficiary na to, depende doon sa kaso mo, kung ano yung dynamics ninyo na pamilya. Wala siyang set na, ito yung best na gawin ninyo in terms of choosing a beneficiary. Ayan. So, to summarize this session, no, and even yung previous session, ilagay natin sa chat box kung nag-a-agree ba kayo or nagdi-disagree kayo dito sa mga statements na ito. So, unang statement, sacrificing to pay for insurance now is better than facing financial ruin when hit with an unexpected disaster. Do you disagree or agree? Ayan, pare-pareho tayo na agree, no? So, pwede na maliit lang naman yon na halaga versus yung laki ng halaga na pwedeng i-require sa atin kung nangyari yung mga disaster or yung mga risk. Okay, second na statement, you have to be really unlucky to be hit with a crisis that can ruin your business or family. Only unlucky people need to buy insurance. Do you agree or disagree? Ayan. So, agree tayong lahat na nagdi-disagree tayo. Kasi, no, yung mga pwedeng mangyaring risk is pwedeng mangyari kahit kanino, especially yung death, no? Lahat naman tayo ay mamamatay, hindi lang natin alam kung kailan at paano. So, pati yung health, hindi naman forever na okay yung health natin, no? So, mabuti nang sigurado kayo kesa yung hindi kayo sigurado, no? Something that you can't control, no? At least pag meron tayong insurance is something na parang nagkakaroon tayo ng hand or ng control over the possibility na pag nangyari to, at least meron tayong caution. Ayan. So, pangatlo na statement, paying for insurance is worth the peace of mind you gain. Agree or disagree? Ayan, lahat din tayo ay nag-a-agree. Okay, next, if you experience an emergency covered by insurance, the benefits you receive are likely to be far more than you can save on your own. If you experience an emergency covered by insurance, the benefits you receive are likely to be far more than you could save on your own. Ayan, usually yung design ng insurance is malaki nga yung benefits, no, na marireceive kesa yung sinave natin. Kasi pooled yung resources natin at kaya niya makover yung mas malaki kesa yung na-save natin. Ayan. Second to the last na statement, regular saving in your own bank account is better protection than paying for insurance that you may or may not use. Ayan. Karamihan is nagdi-disagree. Actually, lahat nagdi-disagree. So, tama naman yon. Although, meron ding advantage yung regular saving kasi mas flexible yon and then madali na ma-withdraw. No? Tapos kung mas ano siya, parang predictable yung mga expenses na pwedeng mangyari, then you can get that from the bank account. You can save for it. Pero yung mga mas malalaking bagay, no, mas maganda na insurance yung mag-cover. Or sometimes merong requirement. No? For example, mga car insurance, required na kung meron kang sasakyan is meron kang insurance. So, syempre, hindi naman pwede na regular savings lang yung gamitin mo doon for something that is required. And lastly, if I pay for insurance but don't make any claims to use the benefits during the year, I should be entitled to a refund. Do you agree or disagree? Yung iba siguro ay medyo nag-iisip pa, pero karamihan is disagree. So, tama, no? Disagree ito kasi ang binabayaran natin sa insurance is yung protection, which it is able to do in that period of that year. Kung hindi mangyari na kung hindi mangyari yung event na covered, di pasalamat tayo na hindi yun nangyari. So, binababayaran niya yung nabibigay o yung binabayaran natin ay yung peace of mind na naibibigay ng insurance company dahil meron tayong insurance dun sa covered na events. Ayan. So, hopefully, mas may na-clarify sa inyo in terms of the terminologies that we need to know about insurance.
Yan, ang feeling ko lang talaga, no? Dapat naman ay ma-master na nila yan. At mukha namang ano, no? Mukha namang gets na gets kung ano yung insurance flaw dahil nga doon sa mga agreements and disagreements sa mga statements ay consistent doon sa mga itinuturo din natin na mga sagot nila.